Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Woodward Sports proudly brings to you its Woodward Sports Tag Team Champions of the World, the Road Dogg KG, the Badass JB, and we are the duo known as Woodward Ringside. Hey, we appreciate everybody tapping in with us for this episode. Like the channel, like the content, subscribe to the Woodward Sports channel. We drop these episodes weekly, normally around the weekends. We will be giving you live content and everything we got to offer, man. Talking everything in the fight game. JB, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, man. Back on the desk. I know we've been recording from our houses the past couple episodes.
Yeah.
Back on the desk to give you, another little short episode because we had a lot going on this week, especially with AEW Dynamite and Backlash this weekend as well too. So
yeah,
let's just dive into it, man. Unless you got some news to break us, or
no, I mean shout out to Matt Boy and the people over at AEW first and foremost.
Shout out.
That was an amazing experience over 2 nights for Dynamite and Collision, and we were able to get in there.
Opportunity.
Credentialed, man, had great seats. We will probably put some of this content either at the end or the beginning of this recording, but it was dope, man. And AEW, their live shows, thank you, Justin. See, I got my young butler up here serving me coffee mid-show because I'm fly like that, people. But hey,
give KG these butler allegations. I brought this man a coffee.
Hey, fetch me a spoon, peasant. Anyway, but can you get me a spoon, Justin, please?
I'm keeping all that in this recording. I hope you know that.
Hey, no, big facts. It's about time black people got to boss the other side around. You know, I'm just saying, man.
I'm keeping all that in here.
Listen, man, but just an amazing couple shows. Dynamite was sold out. Collision was damn near sold out. I think they sold out like 3/4. Maybe except the upper deck, but the lower bowl was definitely.
It still looked pretty packed.
No, it was packed, but Tony Khan actually made an appearance at the end of Dynamite and promised that he would bring a pay-per-view to Detroit as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
When I see it, because he said that the last time, and we still did not get a pay-per-view. So I will believe it when I see it.
Yeah, nah, he got to get on that TK because I will continue to say it. I said it at the end of the Woo broadcast today. Detroit is one of the best wrestling crowds, period. For any wrestling event, and it can go down from the cheapest stuff to TNA and AEW to the big dogs like WWE. I mean, WrestleMania, we have shattered attendance records. Some of these little WrestleMania attendance records I laugh at because I'm like, bro, we was doing like 80,000-90,000. Like, yeah, your little 60,000 cute.
Yeah,
that's cute.
That's cool,
but Ford Field, man, we packed that motherfucker out, man. And even the Silverdome back in the day. So
shout out to Silverdome.
No, Detroit does not get enough respect as being one of the best wrestling audiences around. It was a really hot crowd for both of these shows. Fans were invested, they were involved, and that always makes the wrestling show better when you can go up there knowing that the fans are going to feed either the heel or to the face. They're gonna give it to you both ways. Pause, but it's always great to see that. So
it's always great, and they
great
feed
show
off of each other. The wrestlers feed off of us, we feed off of them. It's like energy going back and forth, and it was just amazing to see and to feel that at the Masonic.
And we'll break down some of these matches quickly because we actually had really good match cards too for a weekly just a weekly TV card. We had some pretty good matches. We'll start with let's do the big one, man. The Young Bucks and Ricochet went against Mark Briscoe, Swerve Strickland, shout out Swerve, and my boy Speedball Mike Bailey, one of our new personal favorites. You know, I made the joke while we was at the show. Dog, my boy Speedball Bailey is every 90s karate movie ever made into one person.
Basically.
Yeah, like it's just, he got the look. His music is kind of in that vein. Like, all the moves and shit, all the fucking kicks and shit.
Karate Kid.
Yeah, like, literally Karate Kid. Like, he's a stunt double in every goddamn
everything
karate / kung fu movie of the 90s.
I'm just making rumors that he was just in every 90s karate movie from here
and you
on
would believe it. You would believe it. He was in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Oh, I believe that.
Like, that one scene, I seen it.
Yeah, like, oh man, shout out to Speedball Bailey. Definitely one of our personal favorites. But what'd you think about this match, man? Because this was a pretty live match, man.
It was a pretty live match. It had a lot of high spots. A couple of the spots we got on camera, I know you got a couple of them as well too. But like it was an amazing sequence. And one of these, I was just like, just stunned and shocked. But like, shout out to the Young Bucks, even though I'm not a huge fan of them.
Yeah,
they are super athletic, man. They are athletic as hell. And pairing them up with Ricochet on this card, it was nice. It was nice to see.
No,
I liked it.
It definitely was. And WWE can take a page out of AEW's playbook in terms of tag team wrestling.
Yes.
Like, that AEW does some of the best tag team work around. Do they have one too many tag team matches? That's debatable.
Maybe.
Because multi-man matches is cool. Don't get me wrong. But that they absolutely do their tag division like to the teeth, man. And this one was no different, bro. And even 3 single stars like a Mark Briscoe, Speedball and Swerve can get in there and mix it up with an experienced tag team and somebody like Ricochet. So no, that match was great. I think Ricochet's heel work is great right now.
It's getting better.
But it's believable though.
Yeah,
he finally stopped. And I don't think he was trying to be something that he wasn't. I don't want to say that, but
I feel like the start he was, so that's why I say it's getting better. Like,
yeah, he kind of
forcing it a little bit.
He kind of leaned into what people were saying about him, though. Like the fact that, okay, yeah, he kind of ain't got the best voice promo-wise. He kind of, kind of squeaky a little bit. And, he doesn't really present that tough guy persona. He's great in the ring, but you don't really think of him as like a tough guy or somebody that like you afraid to face. But he started leaning into that shit, and it's working for him. Like as a heel, he's believable because it's like, yeah, you kind of a little bit of of a dick,
like, especially on Thursday night for Collision.
Yeah, like no, big facts, bro. Yeah, we gonna get into that. I forgot all about that. We gonna get into that. But you got to give up Ricochet's heel work over the last month or so, ever since his feud with Swerve. Chef's kiss to me. Like he's been great. He's been great. The next match on the card, we had the sit down interview with Jamie Hayter that broke out into a brawl actually with Mercedes Moné. I thought that was pretty fly because they had the little in Masonic Temple they have the little balcony seating,
little balcony areas,
and it was perfect for this segment and the Toni Storm segment on Collision, where she came out and did a promo and did her timeless Toni thing. That shit was fly.
It was perfect.
Yeah, that shit was fly. But we had the brawl there. The 4-way women's match, man. Was this? I didn't even know this was for. Oh, it was an eliminator. Okay,
it was an eliminator.
Yeah, because I'm like,
whoever won over Toni Storm got to face her later on down the line, but Toni ended up winning.
So all y'all women can sit the hell down. But no, shout out to Thunder Rosa, Anna Jay. Anna Jay. A lot of cake in this match. A lot of cake.
A
lot of cake in this match. But a big shout out to Thunder Rosa. I'm a big Thunder Rosa fan. And who was the fourth lady?
Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford, and she's been with Megan Bain lately. So shout out to those 4 women. They went out and put out a banger match. It's just you can't not put Toni over right now. She's hot as fish grease.
You really can't. Shout out to Thunder Tits for
big fact
at the end of the match too.
Yeah,
still show love to Thunder Rosa, but this was honestly a good match. Like we were sexting Freddie back and forth as well too while the match was going on. He even said that this was a banger. So
big facts.
This was a good match, and honestly, if you want to go back and take a look at some of the highlights of it, there are some pretty memorable, funny moments as well too.
No, absolutely, and just check out the atmosphere in Masonic Temple. Like it was great. Don Callis couldn't even get a fucking word out of his mouth. Dude, he got Dom Mysterio.
I hear Don Callis after a while.
Yeah, dog, that shit was crazy. The TV didn't do it justice because I watched the YouTube clip of it.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, if you was live, you really realized that you cannot hear Don Callis after a certain point. Like that shit was crazy. But to begin the Dynamite show, we did have the promo by Hangman, and he pretty much came out and finally admitted that he's been a dickhead this whole time. Finally admitted that you've been in your fucking feelings, bro.
You burned down a man's house,
and he finally admitted that he is ready to move past the Swerve thing, and he's the last one to the party because everybody's fucking moved. You the only one that ain't moved on from Swerve after all this time. But that pretty much, I feel like, frees him up. In terms of him and Swerve just having this, like, because he said he finally put that chapter to bed and it's behind him now. So I feel like that's an indicator of, okay, we are no longer going to really get, at least for the time being, Swerve and Hangman at each other's throats.
Yeah,
I think if anything, we might be gearing towards a tag team match of some sort down the line. because I think that's the only logical conclusion that you can come to. Because why else would you have them just starting to be kind of respectful to each other and friendly? And I alluded to it in previous Ringside episodes. Kind of like the promo work leading up to this. Yeah. It's kind of been like, okay, they seem to like be kind of remorseful for the shit that they've done to each other. So, and they went a long way in they feud, man. I mean, burning down somebody's childhood home after Nana did that fucking dance and got the deed. I'm sick about it. But it's another layer in the character that is Hangman Page. And Will Ospreay, shout out. He came out, huge pop, huge reception. He's hot as fish grease right now. And he cut a great fucking promo back.
I was going to say, his trumped Hangman's. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because Hangman came out on that emotional shit. And
we wasn't trying to hear that. Like, we done with that cowboy shit, though.
No, and Will Ospreay played into it perfectly. He gave him his respect, told him, all the things that he's done great. But at the end, he was like, listen, it's not about your redemption. It's about my ascension. And he said that shit was so much fire. I'm like, dog, you can literally have that as the slogan for this rivalry, like ascension versus redemption. And I think they match at Double or Nothing is going to be crazy. Like, you got to give it up to Hangman. I'm not a fan of the character, but his in-ring has improved. His promos have improved a lot. Like, he showed a lot of depth last night. Yeah. And I thought that was huge, bro. But I'm definitely looking forward to him and Will Ospreay mixing it up.
Oh, definitely. Like, this promo put it over the edge. I can't wait for Double or Nothing. May 25th, my birthday as well, too. Can't get here soon enough, man.
Shout out, man.
Can't get here soon enough.
Big shout out. But, next we can go over Kevin Knight, bro. Kevin Knight and my boy, the Rainmaker. Kazuchika Okada, in a AEW Continental Championship eliminator. Okada does go over, but Kevin Knight, bro, he continues to impress me. You remember I told you during the show, if they push him the right way, he can be one of the next young stars in AEW, and he can compete at the next level, I feel like. But they just have to continue to put the work behind him, and that's going to be the key. He can do a little bit more work on his promos, although for where he is now, I don't think he's bad. But in the ring, like, his selling, great. Some of the moves he pulls off is amazing. Some of the spots, bro, like, he is a talent, bro. And I'm so mad that I wasn't hip to him sooner, but I'm a fan now. Like, Kevin Knight is the man.
I'm a fan now as well, too, as long as they push him in the right direction. This match I thought was going to be a squash coming out with the interference before.
Yeah,
getting into the ring. So I was like, oh, man, they're going to do him like this. Please don't do him like this. But they didn't, and they actually made it a respectable match that I was happy with. I was pleased with at the end of the night.
And who came out for the interference again? I forgot who he was beefing with.
I can't remember. I have to go back and look.
I
do remember, like, there was an interference or where it was like, oh, come on, he's still
right. He was getting his ass beat before the bell rung. But I think that's good though, because they are putting him in some of the mid to main storylines that are going on in AEW right now. I just really don't want them to waste him because he is a talent, bro. You can take him to the next level. I feel like he has everything, all the tools that you would want in a young, like, star wrestler. I feel like he has.
I could agree. I definitely could agree with that.
Nah, big fact. Shout out to him. Okada, we already know what the Rainmaker do.
I mean, come on. He's just entertaining as hell.
Like, how do you not love fucking Okada?
He flipped off the crowd and then hit his finger when he was
when he went past Aubrey. That shit was hilarious. Bro, Okada's comedic timing is fucking unmatched, perfect, bro. Man. Unmatched. Shout out to the Rainmaker. And the main event of the evening, man, we got Samoa Joe versus Claudio Castagnoli. You already knew what this was gonna be. Joe is gonna kill you. Bro, I've been a fan of Samoa Joe for a long time. It was it was so dope seeing him in person. Like, that is something that is off the list of shit that I wanted to see in my life. And this was just a TV match. I know it wasn't his greatest shit ever, but just to see him in ring in all his glory, doing Samoa Joe shit, it was dope, man. The only thing we was missing was the walk off, the walk off spot.
I was wanting that so bad.
That's all I wanted, bro.
Because, like, I seen a couple spots where I was like, oh,
he gonna do it.
Move Joe. He didn't. I'm like, damn, come on.
That's the only thing we was missing was the no sale walk off spot. But this was what it was going to be. They're just using this to further drive the story. We did get an appearance from the Death Riders. The crowd was lit when the Death Riders came out. They entered through the crowd, kind of near the area where we was, just a little bit lower on the entrance ramp, coming into the seating. But yeah, that was dope, bro. And then you got the face off. They left Claudio Castagnoli hanging. They left him dangling, bro. And him and Powerhouse Hobbs, shout out to Powerhouse Hobbs. I actually walked past him on my way to the car.
Big as hell.
He was trying to hide under that hoodie, bro. It's hard to hide when you that big.
Big as hell. You can't hide Powerhouse. Come on,
but shout out to him. Also saw Jamie Hayter as well afterwards. But yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs came out with the chair, and they just laid into Claudio, bro. And you got that spot where Mox left him to dry, and I think that's going to lead further into the fractures into the Death Riders. But what did you think of this main event?
This main event was good. Honestly, the crowd was hot and hyped all behind Samoa Joe coming out. Like, you could just tell the intensity of the crowd just heated this up 10 times more. And seeing Claudio come out of through the main concourse area, just to get to the ring where the entrance was, where our seats were as well too. It was like, all right, cool. They're incorporating all the things of the Masonic Temple as well with AEW, which I love. I appreciate it a lot. As you said, Mox left him out to dry. You didn't get the big swing from Claudio, which I didn't think he was going to be able to pick up Samoa Joe and do it. So that's a plus right there that they didn't try that spot.
He would have broke his back trying to do that shit.
But hey, this just heats up the whole the rivalry between the Ops and
Death Riders. And approaching that cage match next week, I believe.
In Chicago.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be lit, bro. It's gonna be lit. But I'm liking how they're playing this out so far. Going into All In, I am interested to see what direction they take, because I do not feel that Samoa Joe is going to take the belt off of Mox yet. You've been building this story up this whole time. I feel like you got to ride it out until your biggest show of the year, and that's when you have the big fall. But so far so good, man. Even the Death Riders have kind of been a little refreshing lately. And maybe it's because of the people that they're beefing with, but overall, this story, I think, has ran its course, and it's time to end it. I think a lot of people were sharing that sentiment.
Yeah, I was speaking to a couple of people when I was over by the merch stand as well, too, talking about the title belt just being locked up in a briefcase. We don't even know if it's actually in the briefcase, but it sucks that we haven't seen this title for a very long time. And
it does.
We're just upset with that fact.
But it might work to AEW's advantage, because when they do reveal that belt again, you're gonna get a huge pop. Like, people,
I hope so.
People want to see the belt, and shout out to AEW. They got a cold fucking. I love their heavyweight championship. I think that's one of the better belt designs, in all of wrestling. But this Dynamite show was packed, bro, jam packed to the teeth. You saw star power the whole night, and just great work by everyone involved. But moving on to Collision real quick.
Moving on to Collision the next night. Starting out the night, Toni Storm. I was not expecting her to come out there.
We wasn't.
But she came out, and she was on one of the little opera side areas that they had over there.
The little balconies,
the little balcony areas, and she just cut a promo that was just like, I don't know where she comes up with this stuff, but I'm just amazed every single time she touches the mic, man.
She's fucking great, bro. Like,
I am just over the moon every single time she touches the mic. Amazing promo. Go back, check it out if you want to. The first match out of the night, Ricochet versus Angelico.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ricochet goes over, but after the match, he goes after one Mr. Zach Gowen.
Yeah, shout out Zach Gowen, man. Yeah, I think I remember Zach Gowen from that time he did in WWE, and he was having the one leg underdog story. I remember that shit growing up, man, and I always thought that was kind of dope. I think, was he the one that got to wrestle with Undertaker at WrestleMania? I think it was him.
Was it him?
It might have been him, but but either way, I'm sure fans will remember who Zach Gowen is. But yeah, he was live in attendance, and they was kind of teasing it before the match even started.
A little bit, yeah.
They were showing Zach Gowen on the Jumbotron or the big screen as Ricochet was making his entrance, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. And you know, they did the intro of Zach Gowen before Ricochet's match, so you kind of knew that they was kind of drumming up towards something
was happening.
Ricochet in the middle of the match goes to the outside, you know, he's doing moves out there, sees Zach Gowen, starts disrespecting him, talk about you on that side of the barricade now, and damn, it's crazy, your son got to see you like this, like just going nuts, bro. And you know, Zach Gowen eventually had enough. And you know, he ended up hopping the barricade towards the, was it at the end of the match or towards the end?
So at the end of the match, he obviously gets into Zach Gowen's face and everything like that. The officials come out to try to stop him, push him away. Obviously, Ricochet attacks him back, throws one of them into the ring with a pair of scissors, cuts off a piece of the man's hair.
Which
Zach
is
Gowen
nuts.
hops the barricade, gets in the ring to try and defend him, but honestly, Ricochet wasn't having it and
kicked him right in the leg.
And literally took this man's leg
and walked off
with him.
That's crazy. You can add thief to the list of shit that Ricochet is, bro. Because that is nuts, bro. He stole Prince Nana's robe, and now you stole Zach Gowen's fucking leg, bro. You sick fuck.
He walked off with this man's leg. Like, I was so shocked.
That's
like
nuts,
that was
bro.
Unreal.
No, it's absolutely nuts. And yeah, man, it's fucking Zach. He walked out of Masonic Temple with my man's leg. So clearly, this is leading to something, probably a match coming up.
Which actually it did get picked up for next week. When they're in Chicago, that will be a match between Ricochet and Zach Gowen. So
yeah,
Don Callis family defeats Bandito, AR Fox, and the Outrunners in their 8-man tag match.
This was one of the hottest matches of the night, believe it or not. The crowd was so invested in that. And Bandito, he's over with the fans. ROH world champion right now. AEW is utilizing him in the right way, so shout out to them. But yeah, this was just a great tag team match. It's all you can ask for out of a 6-man. But no, I really enjoyed that one.
That was a good one. You got Anthony Bowens defeating Lee Johnson. I'm sorry, apologize about Lee Johnson. Billy Gunn was out there as well with him as well too.
Hey,
man.
shout out Billy Gunn, legend,
badass,
Mr. Ass, bro. Will always be a legend, especially this way. But no, that was a good match. It was a really good match. And Anthony Bowens, man, I was talking to you about it. Maybe he has main event potential. Maybe
slightly.
But he's over. He has the look. He has the charisma. There are some things there that I just worry about. And even if he is a long-term, like, mid-card guy, he can flourish in that role, though. But he has to be pushed appropriately. But seeing him just away from Max Caster doing this thing, I like Anthony Bowens. I do.
I like him. I like his wrestling style. I don't know if he's going to escape that mid-card tier.
He might not. And
it just sucks for me that, you know, the Acclaim are no more, because I really like them as a tag team. But Billy Gunn actually
reunite at one point.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
they
really
got
hope
to.
so. Billy Gunn said a couple words after the match when they went to commercial break. He just wanted to speak to the crowd of Detroit and just, you know,
he knew what time
hit
it
him
was.
with the DX.
You damn right. If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you, man. But
so that was fun.
Yeah. What next on the agenda?
Next up, you had Chris Statlander, my girl, defeating your girl, Willow Nightingale.
Off some bullshit, too. She got help. Marina Shafir interfered in the match.
An assist.
It was an assist. Yeah, she needs help to beat Willow Nightingale.
It was an assist because Willow was, you know, trying to get on her. She pulled off the Kurt Angle. She ripped their tights off, her little straps off.
It's crazy, man. But clearly this is building to a match between Marina and Willow Nightingale, either at Double or Nothing or maybe All In. But it kind of plays just into the Death Riders side of the thing, side of the story. But yeah, it was a good match. Both of those ladies, Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale, 2 of the best women in AEW's women's division. And no, this was what we thought it was gonna be, man. Shout out to Chris Statlander too. I am a fan of her. Hey, it's Woodward the Pup. Hey. I'm a fan of her too, but only when, you know, Willow Nightingale is not wrestling.
Like I said, my girl got the win, so shout out to Chris Statlander, girl. This next one was a tag match that was honestly a squash match. I don't even know what the hell. Takeshita and Josh Alexander defeating Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds.
And just a match to put over the Don Callis family.
It was kind of pointless.
But I personally like the direction that the Don Callis family is going. I love that they building up the roster. They got a mean little roster of wrestlers, but go ahead.
Next up, you had Speedball taking on, defeating, I'm going to butcher his name.
Dralistico.
Yeah. So that was a an interesting match before the main event. You
Yeah.
know?
So no, and Speedball is just, he continues to just, you know, gain more and more favor with the fans. He is over. I see a continental title run in his future. I think he would be a great mid-card champion, but you just, Speedball, he always brings it, bro. We done seen him live a few times, and he never disappoints.
I mean, the Speedball, he had a side part in Mortal Kombat.
He really
just go
did.
back and take a
Karate
look
Kid
at
3, he was in it, bro. Like, you can't tell me otherwise.
He was
but
in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2.
I promise you, he was in Bloodsport. I saw him right next to John Claude.
I'm saying.
But and
then the main event. You're not a fan of this guy. Danny Garcia versus Dax Harwood.
And it's not that I hate Danny Garcia. He just don't do it for me, man. Like the dance and all that. Like he's supposed to be this tough guy. Like I maybe it's the gimmick. I just don't know what it is about him. But he doesn't really get over for me. But he did get a nice reception from the Detroit crowd. He's over in a lot of he's over, and I would say he's over with the fans.
He's over. I don't know how far over. That's the thing. Like,
right.
I don't know if we're sitting here talking like main eventer, title run, things like that of that nature, but he's definitely over as it is of right now. The fight ended up going out into the crowd, spilling out into the crowd a little bit, going over to the announce table.
Hold on. The funniest part about that is the damn production guy came over to us and asked us, did we want to move closer? And it was gearing toward the end of the night, and we was kind of like, nah, we tired. We'll just let it rock. The people in front of us got to go.
Jumped on the opportunity.
Right to those seats, and that's right where the fucking action went.
Right where the action was.
Right where the action went.
Behind the announce area. That's the point where Nigel got involved with it. Dax and Nigel got into it, a little shoving match back and forth. Nigel was trying to be cool, trying to be cool with him, but at a certain point, he just lost it once they got back into the ring, and that's when you see Nigel jumping over the barricades to hop in the ring to help.
Yep, and Daddy Magic came out to help. Yep. Shout out Nigel McGuinness, wrestling legend, and it would be good to see him in the ring again, because that's clearly where this is going.
Yes, that's
you can't fight Tony Schiavone, you know. And they did
don't put your hands on Tony.
No,
don't do it.
They did have the segment on Dynamite kind of building up to that too. So no, that was a dope match. Dax Harwood just laid into fucking Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia really got his ass beat.
He
really want to be realistic about it.
Those chops, like, you just hear that,
fucking brutal. Danny Garcia was trying to max it.
Like,
yeah.
No,
he was trying to match it. It just was not hitting, man. He got busted open. Like, he really got his ass whipped. But shout out. Oh, no, Dax got busted open, and he was still whooping Danny's ass. But,
I know.
Yeah, no, shout out to both of them. But it was a really good main event.
It was a really good main event. A good 2 days of wrestling from AEW. Shout out. Love it. Hey, they put on for Detroit, and we were there for it. So appreciate you guys once again, AEW, Matt Boyd, for giving us the opportunity to be there as well. But we got Backlash this weekend. 5 minutes, we'll just run through it. You pick a winner. Starting at the bottom, Intercontinental Championship, Dominic versus Penta.
Oh, Dom, but Penta's going to have a good showing.
Give me Penta in that one. Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
Gunther's going to fucking destroy Pat McAfee, and I'm going to be mad if it's going to be some interference involved, unfortunately, but I want to see Gunther go over.
Pat McAfee wins by Goldberg help. That's all I'm going to say with that.
Could be.
U.S. Championship, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, and Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
I'm all gas, no brakes with it. You got to keep the belt on Fatu. And Drew McIntyre is going to go down, unfortunately, but he can survive that loss. But you got to keep the belt on Fatu right now.
It's Jacob. It's Jacob all the way. Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra Valkyrie versus Becky Lynch.
If Becky's not involved with this Seth Rollins faction that he got going on right now, keep the belt on Lyra. Build her up as a credible threat as a champion, because she's great in the ring.
I don't really care for Lyra, so Becky takes this belt, and who knows where it goes from there for me. And finally, undisputed WWE Championship,
yes, sir.
Cena versus Randy Orton. I think this is
I want Randy Orton so fucking bad, bro. I want him to tie John Cena. I really do. And just for the fuck of it. At the end of the year, Randy and John one more time for the 19th World Championship or whatever, 18, whatever the number would be. But we'll just go ahead and give it to John.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can cut the pay-per-view off after the last match.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cena.
It's not gonna matter.
It's unfortunate.
It's Cena. He is a minus 5,000 to win this match. So minus 5,000 if you're betting on this match.
But do they get do they get some kind of interference? And I know the Rock thing is maybe kind of blown over now, but
you could get Travis Scott. He is training.
Let's leave Travis Scott out of this. Y'all did enough to that man. But this has been Woodward Ringside. We appreciate everybody that tapped in with this episode. We appreciate any and all super chats as well.
Appreciate every single thing.
Like this video, like all our other videos. Go through the Woodward Sports catalog. Become a subscriber to Woodward Sports. We will give these episodes out weekly, and we will have a WWE Backlash review for you on the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Once again, shout out to the people at AEW. Absolutely amazing experience.
Shout out.
And yeah, man, I think we've done our damage today.
Yeah, we have. I will see you next week.
My dog. Woodward Ringside. We out.
Peace.